I'm Jessica Berman from Cocoon Apothecary, and this is Ask Your Formulator Friday. So today I'm going to talk about the news release that came out a couple weeks ago and made major headlines about tea tree oil and lavender oil creating breast growth in males, in young boys. The headlines would read something like, lavender and tea tree are going to cause men to develop breasts. It was pretty sensational, and that is kind of the basis of why I want to talk to you about this. So when these types of press releases get sent out, for some reason this study was sent out before it was even published, so it just kind of like, it was very strange, and the major news outlets out there picked it up and ran with it. And obviously it's because it's controversial and so many people are using these ingredients in their lives that I think these media outlets knew that people were going to click, and that's all they really want is clicks. So, and they want people to start talking and engaging, and so the more controversial and outrageous the headline, the better, right? So this was a pretty crazy headline, and I was actually kind of surprised with how many really reputable news sources did pick it up, because it really didn't have a lot of meat to it. It was a study that wasn't even published, like I said, and the science was really shoddy on it, and I defer to Dr. Robert Pappas and Robert Tisserand, the two leading experts in essential oils, in their opinions about this study. So they essentially have said that because they can't see the actual gas chromatography of the oils tested, we have no idea what those oils are made of. Or what their chemical structure is, because some of these oils are adulterated, so we don't know if they bought these oils off of Amazon, where it's very risky, or if they got it from a reputable essential oil dealer, or if they got it from a farm. So how are you supposed to know what kind of oil you're dealing with unless you actually see the specs on it? So that's one thing. Another thing is that the testing against cancer and hormonal activity was done in vitro, meaning in a lab, and what happens in a lab doesn't necessarily translate into the human body, so there's a disconnect there. We also don't know whether the testing was done in plastic, where essential oils can leach the phthalates, the plasticizers, out of the plastic, and we know for sure that plasticizers have hormonal activity, so that could have happened. Even if you were to read the full BBC articles, or the CBC, or whatever it was you read, the final statement in the article is the concentration dose to which the cells are exposed may not be equivalent to exposure in humans. Exactly. So the dose is a big part of it. I mean, if they're testing with a dose that's like you're never ever going to be exposed to that much tea tree, then it's really hard to translate that into real life. And there's a complex relationship between estrogen, testosterone, and other hormones in the body that cannot be replicated in these experiments. At present, there is insufficient evidence to support the concept that exposure to lavender and tea tree containing products cause gynecomastia in children, and further epidemiological study and experimental studies are required. So those aren't words that I say very often, sorry. So it's kind of like, that was a no news day, a slow news day, and it was a no news day.